Yes, people. UFC Vegas 95. Yeah, we know what you lot were thinking. Oh, these casuals, they're only gonna do the numbered cards, the main cards. No, we're committed. Yeah, we're doing every single card. Apologies for the late predictions. Yeah, life gets in the way, but we're still bringing them to you. We're gonna try to keep it as concise as possible. Because let's be honest, none of you lot are watching 45 minutes of predictions for a meaty fight night. But anyway, let's just get straight into the predictions, starting with the first fight on the prelims, and that is Stephanie Luciano versus Talita Alencar. Who have you got and why?
I think this is their second fight, but I'm going with what's the name? Alencar.
Mm,
I think her jiu-jitsu outdoes Stephanie's striking, so yeah, I'm just picking her. And she's on a
yeah,
better streak anyway. They drew their
yeah,
last fight, by the way, but yeah, I
it did.
think this time Alencar will win.
It was on the contender series. Alencar controlled on the ground, but she took a battering in that third round. I'd expect Alencar to take her down again in this fight, and I'd expect her to finish her second time lucky. It
Yeah,
will be bad if Luciano does the exact same thing that she did to her in the third round, starting off in the fight, because she will knock her out if that does happen. But I'm going with Alencar anyway. We're both going with
yeah, same.
Alencar.
Alencar, yeah. Let's move on.
Move on to the next
Such an
fight.
exciting fight. Let's go.
What a way to kick off the card.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next fight is Youssef Zalal versus Jarno Errens. Who have you got?
This one it looks like it could be a sick fight, but I've got Youssef Zalal. His striking is on
Mm,
point. He's got the grappling as well. Yeah. His last fight versus Billy Q was a proper sick. He was piecing him up and subbed him. I think it was second round or something. But yeah, sick fight. He just seems like he's the more put together, got more weapons at his disposal, and yeah, I'm picking Yusuf Zalal.
Yeah, I've got Zalal as well. He came off a pre-fight losing streak in his first stint in the UFC, but he's come back, reinvented himself, and he got that rear naked choke finish against Quarantillo. Both guys are
Yeah,
comfortable on the feet, I'd say. Errens has good calf kicks, which he showed in the Stephen Nguyen fight, but Zalal's more dynamic. Like we've seen him throw head kicks and flying knees. I think he even knocked someone out with a flying knee.
yeah,
Um, Comfortable on the outside as well and in the center. Has a grappling if he needs it in his back pocket. Like if you watch the Poirier fight, he shows some good offensive and defensive
yeah,
uh, grappling, but he was eating submission attempts for breakfast that fight. What
yeah.
regardless of confidence.
Yeah, he's the more experienced guy as well. He's fought Ilya
Yeah,
Taporia and
yeah.
Woodson as well, like and a couple of good names. So yeah,
Mm.
and he's on a decent streak since coming
Yeah.
back into UFC. So yeah, move
We
on to
both
the
got
next
Zalal.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both got Zalal for that one. Moving on to the next fight, and that's Jonathan Diniz versus Carl Williams. A heavyweight bout, so you know the Americans are going to be gassed with their knockout fetish. Who have you
but
got for this one?
this one, Carl Williams hasn't knocked anyone out for ages. And Deniz has got a mad left hook. He's got crazy left hook. He's a pro kickboxer as well. Well, was a pro kickboxer. I got Carl Williams. His grappling is decent. I think he will try grapple Deniz. His last fight against Tafa, he grappled him and just beat him by decision. Yeah, and Deniz's left hook. Deniz was getting taken down by what's his name, Austin Lane. So yeah, I don't see it unless he knocks him out early. I see Carl Williams just taking him down and controlling him the rest of the fight. But I mean, we did see. To be honest, Deniz was doing decent in the second round with the takedown defense,
Mm.
with the grappling when he knocked him out. But Austin Lane was so tired. So let's see how Carl Williams comes into this fight. But yeah, I see Carl Williams just by decision.
Oh, Williams. Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, this is gonna be the first time we differ on a prediction because I've got Denise for this fight.
yeah, he's got a
I
dangerous
think,
left hook, man.
I think Williams' only route to victory is by taking Denise down and going flab to flab
Yeah.
excessively for 15 minutes. Like, if you look at Denise's record, it's just full of knockouts. He knows how to finish his opponents, and he tends to finish them early on. Williams, as of late, has enjoyed CTE.
Yeah, he gets hit a lot on the
Yeah, he does,
stand up, man.
but only after he gets hit, he starts initiating the wrestling.
Yeah.
which is going to be bad against Deniz, considering he finishes his opponents early. So I think Deniz is just going to kill him stone dead in the very first round, and I've got Deniz by first round
Is it
knockout.
first round? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean Carl Williams does get rocked quite a lot, but that's what makes him desperate for the takedowns. But
Mm.
yeah, I just think he's a bit more well put together and just got a bit more experience, and yeah, he's on a decent run at the moment anyway. So I'll just give it to Carl Williams then.
Let's move on to the next fight, the main event of the prelims, the prelim main event we've all been waiting for: Karol Rosa versus Pannie Kianzad.
Greatest fight of all time.
Had to do deep analysis, yeah, to find out who's gonna win this fight. But I guess I'll kick this one off. Yeah, I think both are absolutely pants. Rosa, as of recent, has been passed around like a spliff from decision, yeah, from decision to the hands of Aldana to a strangulation to the hands of Canuto and a grappling match. And Canuto has more losses than wins. Like Kianzad has more decisions than DC has hairs on her head. Like in his head, sorry, it's bad, man. You know, I did not even pick a winner for this fight, and I'll tell you why.
What?
Yeah,
What the heck?
I've got 5p coins right here. Yeah, if it lands on heads, I'll go for Rosa. If it lands on
What?
tails, I'll go for Kianzad. Yeah. Ooh,
Oh freaking hell!
land on heads. Yeah. Who have you
What
got
is
into
it?
this fight? That's Rosa. I've got
I got
Rosa.
Rosa
Then
as well. Yeah, Rosa, because you got the heads.
let's go for Rosa.
I'm going for Rosa as well, man. I don't know, Rosa. Yeah, it's because she's younger. That's why, man. Let's go.
Let's move
And
on
you
to the
got
main
heads.
card. Swiftly move. Yeah, why for that? We're swiftly moving on to the main card. Yeah, we've got Toshiomi Kazama versus Charalampos Grigoriou.
Gregorio.
Grigoriou.
Gregorio, he changed with Aljo and Merab, and he's got like a BTEC style of them as well. Like he's got a pressure kind of style. I see him winning because Kazama, he's just absolutely pants, man. He's one guy that I think UFC, I think he's gonna lose this, and then UFC is just gonna let him go, man. Like he seems composed, but once he started, you just see him just get hit with absolutely everything.
Mm,
His last fight against what was his name? Armfield, yeah, it was against Armfield. He got absolutely battered, man. Like you just get beat up, and then before that versus Nakamura, he just got knocked out in a couple seconds. He tries to
yeah.
come out aggressive. I think he's just more of like a, I don't know, man. I think he just saw some sick fights online and just got gassed, and now he's a fighter all of a sudden. But yeah, I see him just getting battered, even in the stand up, and then with I mean, he's a BJJ guy, and we haven't seen his like ground game in the UFC. So
He's
let's
got
see
a
how it
few
goes.
submission
But
victories though on his
hmm?
record. He's got a few submission victories on his
Yeah, that's
record.
what I mean. But obviously, that's like he hasn't fought at this level. Do you know what I mean? And that wasn't
Mm,
against guys at this level, at like UFC level, low
yeah.
level, really low level UFC level. Do you know what I mean? So let's see. I think Grigoriou is just going to be better skilled, better grappling, and I think he'll even beat him in stand up. I see him, Grigoriou, probably stopping it early, man.
I've
Yeah.
got Grigoriou as well, and I've got him by knockout in the very first round again. I've got a lot of knockouts, but ironically, like Kazama's alias is his alias is the silent finisher. Yeah, he's been finished in his last two fights super early as well in the first round. His defense is atrocious. His defense on the feet is terrible,
Yeah, yeah.
and he always puts himself at risk. And I think Grigoriou is just going to catch him early. Like, obviously, we just talked about Kazama grappling. We don't know if it's up to scratch with this level, but with his over willingness to get himself into risky exchanges early on, I think it mitigates any possibility of the fight even getting to the ground. And I
Mm,
think Grigoriou is just gonna finish him in the very first round, catch him on the way in potentially.
yeah.
We move on to the
Uh,
next fight.
yeah, onto the main card, man. This is the main card, the greatest main card of all time. Yeah.
Speaking of the greatest main card of all time, we've got the greatest fight on the main card of all time in
One
Yana
we've all
Santos.
been waiting for.
versus Chelsea Chandler. Who have you
I
got
think
for this?
I'll just pick Chelsea Chandler, man. Is she related to Chandler?
It's a terrible fight. It's a terrible fight. No, she can't. Have you seen her fight? She can't, man.
Oh, is it?
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
I pick her. Yeah, I think she's just a. I think she's like a bit stronger. Probably got a better striking. And what can we say? Yeah, I think she's got the better striking, strength on the feet, strength in the grappling exchanges. So pick her, man.
yeah, I think it's a shit fight.
Damn, this is three women in one card. Like three, like and not even like good women's MMA fights. Just absolute bad
Yeah.
MMA women's MMA fights on
Fight
one
itself
card. What the heck?
super low level. It's just a super low level women's fight. Like I see a uneventful split decision. Take whoever. I don't care. Yeah, I
Yeah.
chose Chandler as well. I just think like Santos, he lost to Rosa, who's also fighting in this card. And we've established that Rosa herself is absolutely pants. Well, Santos is a 30-year-old, 34-year-old woman, and her Foxy is her alias. That stinks. Yeah, but it's also worth noting that the fight is still going forward. Bearing in mind, Chandler came in, she weighed in 5 pounds over the limit.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty flipping egregious. Um, but
What a
yeah,
fight! What a fight, man. Let's move on.
yeah, can't believe he's still going forward. Oh, after weighing in 5 pounds over, but I think we'll swiftly move on from that fight. And from that, we move on to Chris Gutierrez versus Quang Lee. I think this got potential to be a good fight. I've got Gutierrez. Who have you got?
I got Gutierrez as well. This was supposed to be Gutierrez versus Basharat, wasn't it? That would have been a banger.
Lee coming in with
Yeah.
short notice.
Yeah, it would have been a sick fight, but obviously, Kang Lee. I think this is Kang Lee's first. It's his debut, isn't it, in the
Yep.
UFC? But yeah, I got Gutierrez. He's got some sick kicks. He's got nice kicks. He's got like he does like these constant like little kicks, like little kicks just add up, man. It's like he was doing it in his last fight. Uh, I think it's just his kicks and his range is going to be the difference, and yeah, his last fight against he was fighting Song Yadong, yeah,
Mm,
and he was actually able to he was actually dealing with a lot of Song's pressure because of his little tap kicks that he was doing, like them little thigh kicks and like low powered calf kicks and stuff like that, and it just adds up, you know what I mean? And it was frustrating, Yadong, you know what I mean? But one thing I've noticed about what's his name, Gutierrez, is his I don't know. He just it seems like he gives up a lot, man. Like, in the last fight, he was just complaining, and then his last round, he just done the dumbest Imanari roll and lost the fight because of that. It was close up until the fifth round. He could have beat Song Yadong. I mean,
mm,
I think he is good, but it just depends his mindset that he comes in with. But I think someone like Kang Lee, he'll beat him. He's,
yeah,
yeah,
too.
gone.
I think so too.
That's it. That's it.
Quang
Yeah,
Lee,
I pick Chris
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. Yeah,
Yeah, with Quang Lee coming in with short notice,
yeah,
there's and his debut, there's unpredictability about him in terms of fighting at this level. He's got
yeah.
power in his hands, but he is easily hit. I watched his fight against Tiao Tang on the LFA, and he did not check a single leg kick. And like he said, what has Gutierrez got? Really good leg kicks.
Yeah,
And with the
yeah.
lack of conditioning, I see those kicks having an effect early. And I see Gutierrez potentially putting him away on the later rounds by going upstairs after investing in
Yeah.
those leg kicks.
Yeah. Gutierrez
So
is
that's it.
his kick. He bloody kicks like he's punching, bro. He just kicks all day, innit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
It's
got
really
really good
unique
kicks, man.
how he throws
Yeah,
his
yeah, I like
kicks.
his kicks, man. He's a good guy. It just depends. It's just his mentality, man. Just lets him down
Mm,
sometimes. But yeah, he's solid, man. He's a solid guy. I think it's just uh, you're gonna see Kang Lee come, and I mean, this is a different level. Do you know what I mean? Like,
mm,
because he's undefeated. Yeah, he is undefeated. But this is a different level, I think. And to fight someone like Chris Gutierrez in your first fight in the UFC is mad. That's crazy. He's like set up to fail, man. But yeah,
They did the same thing with Vucenic against Guram.
yeah, yeah. But Vucenic is like he fought at the regional level like cage warriors, bare solid fighters. But I mean, Elevate there's top level fighters there as well. To be honest,
Mm,
but I think Chris Gutierrez is gonna be just too much of an opponent for him. Just too much. Just too
yeah,
many
I
kicks.
agree.
Too many. Just piecing them up all day, man.
I agree. Let's move on to the next fight. Danny Barlow versus Nikolay Veretennikov. Who you got for this fight?
I gotta go for Danny Barlow, man. Barlow
Yeah,
is just sick southpaw, slick at striking. We saw him against Josh Quinlan in UFC 298. Yeah,
98.
that's it.
Yeah.
298. Yeah, we saw him, man. Yeah, he. I mean, there was times where Quinlan was actually landing. Like
Mm,
when he's backing up, he kind of drops his hands and stuff like that. But yeah, he gets away with it. He's got some sick striking. He's very long, rangy, fast. And he nice KO. What was it in the third round? I think it was with
mm.
a left hook. I think he knocked him out. Yeah, but very good. A lot of potential. Um, and then Nikolay, how do you say his name, man? Nikolay
Veretennikov.
Veretennikov. I saw him was it in the Contender Series?
Yeah.
He's got good forward pressure. But he's like a punch bag at times, man. His grappling's not there, and if Barlow doesn't have to worry about the takedowns, then he's just gonna be all day just throwing. I think it's gonna be a similar matchup to Quinlan, but a lot easier, man. He's just gonna be going backwards, just throwing them kicks, punches all day, and just eventually landing a left hook and maybe taking them out, or yeah, just too skilled.
Yeah.
Barlow's too skilled, yeah. Barlow's gonna win, yeah.
I think this fight is just a setup for Barlow to get a highlight reel KO.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, maybe.
Veretennikov is coming in on 1 week notice. I believe this is actually his debut for the company.
Yeah,
Uh,
he lost in the
yeah,
Contender Series and nothing
yeah.
coming up now.
You mentioned his forward pressure,
Mm,
which Barlow will not mind because in the Quinlan fight, Quinlan did push the pace, but even when pushing the pace, Barlow would just he would plant his feet every time he wanted to throw a shot. So every
yeah,
time he's throwing shots from off the back foot, he's throwing them with power. And
yeah,
with Tenkov coming in 1 week's notice, uh, and Barlow being a unit at the welterweight division, 79-inch reach, 6'2", I think he's just going to be too much, and I think he puts Veretennikov away.
yeah,
Pretty, I think he's going to put him away early. It will be a highlight reel KO, I reckon. And the UFC are going to get what they want. Young 29-year-old bull for that welterweight division, which people are arguing maybe is starting to die down a little bit.
yeah. He's got a lot of potential, yes. UFC is definitely trying to build him up. But yeah,
Mm.
let's go on to the next one, man.
Yep,
Was it
the
cheap?
next fight
No,
is Chepe Mariscal versus Damon Jackson.
I think this is gonna be a good fight. Mariscal is a bulldog, man. Like likes coming forward. He's got a lot of forward pressure. He got good forward pressure. But this is a tough fight. A lot of people are overlooking Damon Jackson, man. Like he's 36, I think, or 37. He's the older
36, yeah.
fighter, but he's got a lot of skill. That's the one thing. And his chin's all right, but I mean, it's not that good. But with Mariscal, he's got to want to fight in the pocket, and he struggles. His last fight against Morgan Charrier, I think he lost that fight. It was a split decision, but I feel like he
Yeah.
lost. He just about lost. Um, and we saw a lot of like kicks and stuff. Like from the kicking range, he was struggling. He was struggling
Mm,
to close the distance. And I think that's what Damon Jackson has very good striking. Not very good striking, but he's good at holding that range and controlling the center of the octagon and then going in for takedowns. And he's got good technical grappling. And then he throws up submissions and yeah. So I feel like what's gonna happen is Mariscal needs to fight in the pocket. He needs to force the fight in like close distance. But Damon Jackson's gonna keep the fight at range, close the distance, maybe from time to time, go for the takedown, and maybe get a sub. I see Damon Jackson winning. Um,
Oh,
but Mariscal is the younger fighter. But I think, but yeah, I just see Damon Jackson being able to do it, man. Just about either a
um,
submission in the later rounds or by decision. I mean, I think Damon Jackson might be the underdog for this fight. Maybe I don't know, but
mm,
uh, I just see him being able to do it. Mariscal's last performance didn't impress me too much, so Damon Jackson is a
interesting.
good, solid opponent.
We differ heavily in opinion on this one because of the between their last two fights. I was actually more impressed with Mariscal in his last fight than I was Damon Jackson, and I've
Really?
actually got Mariscal taking this fight by decision. You said it yourself. Mariscal is like a bulldog.
Mm,
He's not easy to hold down, which is bad news for Jackson, who will try to take him down. Mariscal has very good scrambles. I would say he's also the better fighter on the feet. He did beat Zalal, albeit it was a long time ago.
mm.
I think this one is just gonna be a scrap, and I think it's gonna turn into a scrap once Jackson becomes disheartened from failed takedown attempts. And I think Marisco's just gonna get the better of him on the feet. The final round, I could just see a slugfest. Both guys just tired, swinging out, swinging for the fences. And I've got Marisco taking it, but via decision.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, it's a controversial pick for me, but Mariscal is got a good judo background, so he could be stuffing a lot of his takedowns, and it could just be on the stand up. But I feel on the stand up, I think Damon Jackson wins. He's too rangy. I don't think he's got massive reach, but he is a lot taller. He's very tall for that weight class, and I feel like he just keeps him away, man. And he's good at controlling the center of the octagon. And I mean,
um
last time with the striking, with the Mariscal was just struggling to close that range, man, against Charrier. So that's why I picked it, man, because of his
yeah,
performance in his last fight.
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that fight now to
Yeah,
see
same.
which one of us is gonna be correct, just for the
Yeah.
sake of bragging rights, because there's two very different points of view. Well, regardless, we'll move on to the main event. Marcin Tybura versus Serghei Spivac. Their first fight took
Two.
place in 2020 on the prelims of a fight night. 4 years on, both men are now headlining this weekend's card at the Apex, which is also a fight night. A B Tech dream come true for both men. Who have you got for this fight?
This one, at first, I mean, it is pretty hard to pick because Marcin Tybura is 38 now, and then
I
Spivac
think
is
39
still
actually.
he's like
He's
39.
39.
Or I mean, it's still pretty. I mean, it's not super old for the heavyweight division, so it's like a 35-year-old in a normal division, in the lighter
Mm,
divisions. But Spivac is 29, I think, and that's very young for a heavyweight. But I mean, Sergey Spivac has never really impressed me, man. Like their first fight, he started off decent boxing, but then just got absolutely dominated the rest of the fight. Especially with the grappling, he's struggling with the grappling. But we have seen Spivac's takedowns, well, grappling improve somewhat. He hasn't fought since he got smoked by Cyril Gane.
mm,
He got smoked, absolutely destroyed, and he tried to go for some pathetic takedowns there. Maybe he took that year off. I think he hasn't fought in a year. Maybe he took that year off just to work on his skills. Uh, I mean, he is 9 years younger. His boxing is all right, but I think Tybura just has the better skills. He's got the better grappling. He can even throw submissions. He choked out Tai Tuivasa in the last fight. That was a mad performance. That ground and pound just sounded disgusting, man.
mm.
And to beat someone like Tai Tuivasa in your last fight is mad. Do you know what I mean? Tai Tuivasa is decent. I think he's a bit overrated, but he,
I think
I think he's better than Spivak. So I give it
Spivak did
to
choke out Derek Lewis as well. I
huh?
think it was a really
Oh
good
yeah,
choke.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. His grappling against Derek Lewis was sick. He he was just taking him down a lot, man. And yeah,
Mm,
but I think Derek Lewis is kind of media as well.
Medium blonde.
Yeah,
He's
he's
medium
not
blonde.
that good. Like,
Even if it's
I think,
medium,
I think Tybura is a lot better, well-rounded, got
mm,
just better, much better skills. I think the fight's gonna go similar to how the first one did. I mean, he is 4 years on, but I still see. I don't see like how Spivac with his.
you've got Tybura winning.
I got Tybura winning, yeah, by decision. I
Yeah,
think it will go similar how the first fight went. He just
yeah,
uses grappling. I don't know if Spivak. I think Spivak will be able to defend against the takedowns a lot better than the first fight. Um, but yeah, I just see it kind of going similar, and
yeah.
I feel like Tybura will win in the stand up as well. He'll win on the feet.
Yeah, I've got the exact same outcome. I've got Tybura via decision. If you look back at the first fight, Tybura won by mixing his grappling with his striking, with a few Spivak supplemented mistakes during that
Mm.
fight. I think Spivak without takedowns is worse than titties from the Ultimate Fighter. You know, remember Rampage Jackson and Rashad Evans?
Oh, oh yeah,
He was meaty, and
titties.
I think that's what Spivak is. Yeah, when he doesn't land a takedown, he is so meaty. Like even if he was to take Tybura down, I can't see him getting the finish. He hasn't been on an incline since their first fight. He's kind of just plateaued and remained like shit, like a steady level of shit since their first fight back in 2020. Tybura outlanded him in the first fight, and if anything, he's the one who's made the improvements, even though he's now 39 with his takedown defense.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
improved his takedown defense.
it's true.
I think the
It's like,
fight, you gotta remember, it's a main event, so it is 5 rounds, which I
yeah,
think favors Tybura as well with his good level of cardio and the experience that he has at the heavyweight division. I just think Spivak is pants, man, and I think Tybura is gonna um, take it after the
yeah.
2025 decision.
Spivak's got a long way to go. He's got the time, but I don't think it's now, man. I think maybe by the time he's like 35, he'll be at
Yeah, he hasn't shown
decent,
enough
okay
improvement.
level.
He hasn't shown
Yeah,
enough improvement.
true.
He's like, it's like goalkeepers in football. He has to wait till he gets to like 37 for him to peak.
Yeah.
The heavyweight division.
And
The
after
heavyweight
being destroyed by Cyril Gane last time, damn man,
mm,
that was mad. That was
both guys
crazy. But I think he's probably just been in the gym, like having his Rocky moment, just working bad, like spare compilation music and that, like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
working mad hard. So
Listen
let's,
to him
I
up.
don't know, he could come like different Spivak. We could see him
Yeah.
come out like Rocky or something. But if I don't know, I just feel like he's not gonna make that much of an improvement since it's
Wait. Rocky music at the apex with like 5 people. Like he's
No,
gonna
I'm
be
saying he's listening to his Rocky music in the gym on his headphones, just getting motivated to come out to fight, man. He's trying to change his style and everything.
just going to shoot a double leg in the first 5 seconds and then flop.
Bro, the deadest, meatiest bloody double leg. That's probably, I don't know. Let's see. I think Tybura's just gonna take it, man.
Yeah, I
But
mean
yeah, that concludes the
that's
greatest card of
yeah.
2024, man.
The card people will see, yeah, how committed we are, yeah, to giving you lot the content. Yeah. But anyway, we'll wrap it up there. Join us tomorrow night, pretty give or take 24 hours from now. For our watch along of the card. We're gonna be there watching the entire fight.
We're gonna
And
need
after
loads of
that,
energy drinks for that
yeah,
one, bro.
yeah. That's right. It
5
starts at
a.m.
12.
main event, damn, or
Yeah,
whatever. It will probably be 3 a.m. innit?
it
Crazy
starts at
for
12.
UK time.
The prelims. But yeah, we're gonna be watching the whole card. We're gonna give you guys a breakdown of the entire card after the live stream. And we're giving you more bang for your buck because we've got more content on Sunday. Yeah, we're planning to do an end of week roundup where we look at all the news that's risen throughout the week and have our say on it and give our 2 pence. But yeah, hope you lot enjoyed the prediction video and join us tomorrow for the live stream.